How to stay motivated. That is our Paano ba to issue for today. And I'm so happy to finally have this woman give advice. Please say hello to...
Hi!
Miss Isabelle Daza. Hello!
Hi, paano ba to, guys?
Wow.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for the
Viewers.
exchange guesting. Definitely a driven, motivated woman. I get this question a lot through email or even through like DM. A lot of people want, I guess, advice on how to stay motivated.
Yeah, I think motivation is something that people constantly need in order to reach their goals.
Right.
But I heard this when I was a bit younger, and I don't know if it's applicable to everyone. They told me sometimes you don't need motivation, you just need to get it done. And that really stuck with me because motivation can be an excuse not to finish something or not to do something. But at the end of the day, when you build a habit, like for example, if it's working out or if it's eating clean or if it's
Saving money.
You just have to get it done and not think of other excuses. I don't know, does it make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I actually saw a post of Raho recently or he reposted it from Lea Salonga, and it is something like, it's not motivation that should motivate you, parang it's the discipline, kasi you won't be motivated every day.
Exactly that. There are days where you're going to be lazy and you want to splurge and you want to do something that you shouldn't. Pero you have to keep your eye on the goal or long term. Kasi us right now, especially in this generation, we're very much into short-term gratification rather than saving money for the long term or not eating something that's very unhealthy because we want to indulge right now. We want instant gratification, and it comes with social media.
Yeah.
Because even commercials skip ad ka agad, diba? So we want things right now that aren't able to plan in the long term. But if you reset your mind and build a habit and focus more on discipline, I think then you'll be able to reach a goal that you set. One example that I do is when I wake up in the day, I say what I'm grateful for, and then when I get down to my notebook, I write it down. What are the tasks I want to complete today? But at the same time, it's also difficult because I don't want to be the type of person that I just want to check all my to-do list, because your to-do list will never end. So I try to just have a balance. I recently watched a video on how to build a habit and change behavior, and it was so powerful. This guy was so articulate, and he talked about the science behind it, and he talked about how people are ingrained to do, let's say you want to save money, right? But in your head, you're like, nagastos na naman ako, I'm gonna spend. So in your head, you're subconsciously telling yourself that you're unable to save money. And that's the reason why we are constantly fall in the same path or the same cycle. My advice to the people watching is that how to stay motivated is you have to put that aside and just tell yourself to get it done, because you're not going to be motivated every single day, but you need to be disciplined and you need to think of a long-term goal.
Love that. Okay, can I follow up? Just
Yeah.
one. On a day that you're not particularly feeling driven or inspired, but you have to, do you have like hacks, tips, and tricks that you personally do to kind of like get you out of a funk?
There are days where I don't want to leave my bed.
Right,
And
exactly.
I just want to stay at home. There are days where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna cut my day short at 2 p.m. I'm gonna go home. This is for my own mental health, and it's not gonna hurt me if I'm not working 24/7. Because me, I like to really pack my schedule, as you can see today, for example. But I always go back to this, being grateful. Like for me, the key to happiness and the key to really, let's say, success is being thankful and grateful for whatever you have to do that day. Because if you just look at what you have, you're already so lucky and blessed. And if you look at what you don't have, that's when you feel this kind of like, I don't know if it's jealousy or emptiness or envy that's brewing inside you. And it's really something that I don't like to sit with. I hope I made sense.
Of course, super. Especially the, you have to get it done. Wala, ganun eh. Parang, wala kang magagawa, kailangan eh.
Yeah. I think people have this sense that motivation is going to really lift you from all your problems and everything's gonna go away, and you're gonna read one quote online and you're just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna live with that quote. I don't think that's reality. I think reality is what you live with and how your mindset is. And motivation doesn't come every single day. There are days that we're in a funk and I just want to chill. Diba?
I love that. Super thank you for your advice.
I hope one person at least has learned something. If not, I'll comment on it.
For sure naman
Video.
somebody did. Ako, I totally agree. And I'll probably keep on going back to this video whenever I feel like I have to like ground myself or look for some sort of
Why? What are
direction.
the things that you need motivation from?
Ako yung saving money, that's why it was my example earlier because that's something I struggle with.
What do you spend on?
No, because we're building a house.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
the expenses are never ending. But you can't
Exactly.
just all be out. You
Yeah.
have to like save a little. So.
Yeah. But I feel like a
Like-
house is a long-term investment.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know, it's not something that you're just buying the latest.
Yeah. It took me so long to tackle this question because it's not something I've struggled with. But apparently, so many people struggle with how to stay motivated. So,
Yeah.
super thank you for your advice.
Thank you. I hope
Thank you. Oh, that's it.
Thanks,
Till
Bea.
next time.
Bye, guys.